Welcome back, and joining me is my usual, the usual suspect who joins me every time on the show. You know him, but let me quickly introduce him. Joachim Dizada is back. Joe, great to have you join us. Of course, we had one of the players that will be representing Nigeria at the Crown Club Open. That's at the Chinese 8-ball pool in Dubai. Christopher Abiodun joined us on the show earlier before you came on, and we're looking at the prospect of the Nigerian team at the tournament, because this is an exposure for them. Who knows what will happen, but let's just talk to them and prep them ahead of the big one.
Yes, it brings great joy that at last we will have an opportunity of showcasing, or some of our players will have the opportunity of showcasing their skills and talent outside the shores of this country. And that is a good one. It shows the vision that the Snooker and Pool Players Alliance had set in the beginning. It shows the vision is achievable, and it was supposed to be a 5-year vision. But right now, it seems as if we are doing it in 2 years, because we were hoping that in 5 years' time, we'll have some top Nigerian players playing professionally abroad. Right now, even though we are not having professional players, at least we have 1 or 2 players who have been given an opportunity to go and play abroad. First, remember, even though Victor Morgan, or we call him Victor Kweku, is not an SPPA player, he had the opportunity of going to play in England, to go and play snooker in England. That is in February. And now we have SPPA officially invited to come and participate in the Dubai Chinese 8-ball pool Open. And that's a big one. And it's good. 5 players were shortlisted. And because of time, and the SPPA is still trying to get sponsorship for the other players. We only have Abiodun, Christopher Abiodun, going to Dubai, because he'll be going on self-sponsorship. While the Snooker and Pool Players Alliance will be supporting him just with a token, not because we are not like the official sponsors. But we are hoping that we'll be able to get, in future, we're working on getting more corporate partnerships so that we can actually be able to sponsor some of these players to go and play outside the country.
Well, that's good. And congratulations for pulling that through. Anyway, we hope that there's still more to be done, because I know that there's the calendar for the year is still very much. You know, we still have much tournaments local that will serve as even qualifiers for the bigger tournaments.
Yes. Sure. So, like now we have the Joy tournament. The 5 Joy tournaments. So to hold maybe in the 3rd and 4th quarter of the year. That'll be on the big one. That will help some of the Chinese pool players here show up their skills. And we also have the Challenge series going on. We have the Top 4 series, and that is also going to start in the last half of this year. The last half of this year will be pretty very, very busy. Very, 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 very busy.
All right. Okay. Let's quickly move to Las Vegas. Now let's hope on what went down at Las Vegas. The 10-ball pool event, the World Championship.
The World Championship.
Great. You followed it through, and there was this Polish guy. Its name is
Szewczyk.
Szewczyk. I don't know what you think about what he did.
It was it was not actually expected, because as far as most of us who follow pool, he was an unknown entity, and he just came from nowhere and was able to even beat the current World 10-ball pool champion, that's Eklan Kasi. You know who Eklan Kasi is? Eklan Kasi is one of the top players of all forms of pool, whether 9-ball pool, whether 8-ball pool, and even now you have him in 10-ball pool. He's doing he plays very, very well. That's the long and short of it. And he was able to take him to the cleaners in the quarterfinals. And he went on to the semi-finals and he overcame his opponent, and he was able to meet the Peruvian, and that is Davies. Was able to meet Davies. Initially, Davies gave us a scare because Szewczyk won the first rack, and we all thought, okay, that's good. Davies, will I say Davies it was well calculated, that's long and short of it. Davies, both players seemed unknown on the major stage, but Davies was calm, collected, not under pressure, and he was just doing what he was supposed to do. And the first rack, as I said, Szewczyk took it. Then came the second, third, and fourth rack, and you have Davies taking it. And we hope this is not going to be a whitewash. But, this is pool. And when it comes to pool, it's quite a different ball game, and playing at that particular level. It's not, nobody just goes to, you don't take people to the cleaners and see if it. So there's always a chance for your opponent to fight back. And you saw Szewczyk fighting back. And he took the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th racks. And he went on to win the event 10-8. But it was a close one, well fought. Very, very tactical game. Very, very, very tactical game.
I think that's the big one. That is the bottom line is that you fight and run away. But he stayed back. The good thing is that.
But for the prize money now, nobody walks away. When you hear your prize money, when you hear you are going to win $60,000.
Yeah.
Even though it's not in the eyes of other Q sports or in the eyes of sports like snooker, but when you're going to win $60,000, it's no joke. It's no joke. At this time, $60,000 is a lot of money.
It's money.
It's a lot of money.
It's money, especially for players who traveled around.
They travel around the world a lot. They travel around the world. Remember the same players. So most of the players, KSA, Akeda, all of them, they play the Moscone Cup. So they are always on the move.
That's one thing about this sports that I used to tell a lot of people, that this sport is about moving from one events to the other. They have their schedule for the year, and by the time you calculate their earnings for the year,
all of them,
you know what that is.
It's good.
And don't forget there are other endorsements around and all that because of their image rights, all those things are there. They're big.
Yes.
So that's it. Great one for them. Congratulations to Szewczyk. We hope that I promise you that when next. Just win one more for me. When next, I will learn to pronounce your name. Just win one more.
GD, it's not funny. Yes, we agree there's a possibility that he can win another tournament. But let me tell you something you do not, when it comes to this sport, when you are an unknown entity, you can sneak away. But now that he has registered his name, that he's not as unknown as players think. Many of these top players, Sean, Akeda, O'Shane, all of these players are going to really, really, really prepare for him. Wow. And at that point in time, he will now know whether he's ready to roll with the big boys.
Well, that's it. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, that's it for the show today. But before we go, we will leave you with the player spotlight for this week. It's no other than the young man who did the unthinkable, the youngest man to win at the Betfred Championship. Yeah, Betfred Championship. Liam Davies is the player spotlight. He won the first game by the youngest player ever to have won. Liam Davies is on the spotlight today. So, of course, like the game, who knows where this will take him to. This is just the beginning, and at this age...
That's the beauty of it. Some of these games, some of the older players are, I won't say they are winning out, but as the prize money begins to increase, you can now see the younger players are having an incentive to really dig deep and commit themselves to these sports. And that is the effect you are seeing.
Wow. Joe, let me thank you once again for joining me on the show.
As usual, it's my pleasure coming here to talk about snooker, pool, billiards, everything when it comes to
I'm not taking it for granted.
It's my pleasure.
Yeah,
come to join you to share
rest assured,
our experiences.
I don't take it for granted. Be rest assured. This is where the cookie crumbles. This is where I'm going to put the last ball on the show today. Of course, don't forget to like our Facebook page, follow us on Twitter, as well as subscribe to our YouTube channel. And also, don't forget also that we have the Snooker and Pool Players Alliance Leaders Board that will be running on the screen after I sign off. I'm leaving you with that also, so that you can know who is on which particular position in the Snooker and Pool Players Alliance Leaders Board. Okay? Till I come your way next time, keep following us and keep liking our Facebook page and keep subscribing. Let a friend tell a friend that you can enjoy the best of Q Sports on Ascent Television. Jide Olano is my name, and have yourself a wonderful time.